Hey folks, Engineer 775 wanted to show you my latest greatest water creation. There was on this job we started from the beginning in determining where to put the well, and we got a great well over 50 gallons a minute and a static water level of 19 feet. So that makes life a lot easier, makes for a lot less power to retrieve your water. So well placement is important. Recovery rate is awesome. And so what we've done here, we've added a solar submersible pump, and we fill an elevated cistern, which I'm going to show you is up there at the house. That's the highest point on the property. Is somewhere up there. It's the green. There she is, the 1,050 green tank. So we're about 26 feet above the wellhead here. So we pump water with a solar pump, and the solar power is here in the controller. So she's pumping away now. This is a Sunrotor system. Two 285 watt solar panels. One of the 285 watt panels is charging this 24 volt battery bank using the Flex Charge charge controller, which is great. These are bulletproof little charge controllers. Just love them. I'm gonna try one of their other products. It's got a low voltage disconnect, so just for experimenting, I'm going to replace this with an LVD, low voltage disconnect controller, in case I kind of monitor these things based on how I see what people do with the water. There's a lot of water used on this site. Intense gardening. There's just a lot of water. They have a lot of guests. It's like a little, I don't know, just a lot of people here. So I put an 86 gallon bladder tank in that is being pressurized by a Dankoff Solar Force piston pump, 24 volt, 3040. It'll deliver 9.1 gallons a minute at 65 psi, and that's where you can see we're pressurized to right now. Well, we're about 60, so somebody's using water right now. The needle's going down. So we have that. That's where it kicks off at 65 psi. I also, because the static water level is so high, I wanted to give them an ability to pull the water, suck the water directly out of the well. And that's why you see 2.25 inch connections going into the well. The one on the right is a direct suction line. If I turn that valve on and turn the one on the left off, I can suck water directly out of there. That requires more effort on the pump, but it's very capable of doing it down to 25 feet. But I'm using the tank on the hill to assist the pump. Again, I have 25 feet elevation, about 11 psi above the pump, and that really helps the little booster pump work. So anyway, just a little trick I wanted to add on there. If they ever got in a bind and they needed more water, they could solar pump out of the well directly and boost out of the well directly. But right now I have it set up for the pump to work easier. So I hope that makes sense. And of course, we had to add a simple pump, hand pump to the system. Very easy to put water in the homes from this location. Water can be stored in either this bladder tank, or it can be pumped into the big green tank. And there's plenty of people here that can take their turns and pump, say, 25 gallons a day to 50 gallons a day, and everybody comes down and does that. There'd be plenty of water for the whole retreat. So that's it. I got two big 12 volt batteries in series with shutoffs and fuse protected disconnects, and that's it. Now this system is going to supply a farm for RVs and gardening, but also cattle, and we're going to finish the Mirafonts. So we've put a couple thousand feet of pipe in the ground for the site. So anyway, we're just it's a nice sunny day, great day for solar water pumping. System's working awesome. And we'll finish this video up showing you the cow waters. We're installing those, and we're going to put my little flag on the top of the tank for a visual indicator that all is well on the farm. Okay, continuing. All right, and continuing, we're adding these Mirafont double ball waters from Gallagher. These are mounted to concrete pads out in the pasture around here at a nice little farm. Cows are down in the woods and think they're having calves now. So part of training a cow to use one of these, we have these bolts that get put in here so the balls will stay out of the way, so they'll just see water here, and they'll be at a good height for the calves. So just to show you the internal workings, it's just kind of like a toilet or a commode. You got this floating ball that when the level is established here for the balls, then this will shut off, and this is fully adjustable in several ways. So the water is coming up through this well and filling the entire Marathon. They're big heavy-duty rubber plugs that you pop out from the inside so that you can drain it and occasionally clean it, especially if you're dealing with pigs. The thing you got to watch out with the pigs, they've actually stuck their nose in there, popped the plugs, and drained thousands and thousands of gallons of water out of the cistern. So if you're going to use these with pigs, just watch that, just block that off. So that's it, and it's got a lid that goes on top to protect all the inner workings. We got another one to do, and then we're going to turn the water on and make our final adjustments. And then around this area will be about 20 tons, about 10 tons per Marathon of crush and run, just to prevent any erosion on the pasture. So these are great. They're real heavy duty, just like a thermos. You get really nice cold water for the cows in the summer, and it's kind of warm water for them in the winter. So it's a neat thermos type system that keeps the cows healthy, and no algae growing, no algae introduced, no bugs getting in. So you can't beat these if you have goats, horses, pigs, cows. They make all different styles, all different sizes, and just let me know if we can help you with that too. So anyway, one of the perks of working on this stuff, you get to enjoy some nice surroundings. So all right, enough of that, get to work. Okay, we've completed the second one. The balls are behind the training bolt here, so cows can just drink water without fighting the balls for a few days. And so we're going to go back over and adjust the two. There's one way over there. So all right, wrapping this job up. Okay, so we ended up trenching about 1,600 feet of line in. There's an 1.25 inch supply line, the main line, and then we use 1 inch schedule 40 to go to the homes, to the garden. There was a city water line here that we trenched through, because trenchers like to find water lines, and so we teed in here so we could supply well water to the house, and they can retire their city water. They had 2 city water meters paying that monthly bill, so one is done. And then we trenched out and put a spigot or 2 at the garden, and there'll be RVs and other things, so the line's continuing. And then we ended up tying into the house, putting the tank. It's not a direct buried tank, but we're putting it down about 18 inches just to cover up our plumbing and keep our plumbing from freezing here. This will probably be about 2 foot buried when it's done. And then we went into the house and tied into their PEX plumbing with our 1 inch supply line. So they've gone for about a week of doing that. Also put a floating fiberglass, I don't know if you can see the flag at the top like I did at my house. And so they have a visual indicator when they're walking around the farm that the tank is full. And she is full. So we have a float in here that we have fine-tuned to maximize that this tank is full every day. And we probably pump 2 tanks worth every day in here. So this just needs to be backfilled and it'll be done. And we tee off of that 1.25 inch line because we want a lot of volume going to the cows. I know it's bright, hope you can see. And then we came through and got them set up for water for pigs and cows and everything else. And we just have one zone valve shut off here that takes care of the pastures on the farm where I just showed you the Marathons. So they're all fully adjusted. The balls are down now, you don't see them, they're under for cow training, and then the ones across the terraces over there. So our gravity tank, our cistern is above these by probably about 10 feet, and with an 1.25 inch supply line we have plenty of recovery, so the cows can't outdrink the water coming into them. So really nice little homestead and farm and retreat set up here. And just finishing up today, it's always fun to finally relax a little bit and and everything's in the ground, everything's working, everything's pumping, charging. So very rewarding. And if we can help you out with your place, again, all these systems are kind of custom, and one of the ways in which I work is I will get on the phone with you in Google Earth, and I design this whole system off of Google Earth just to figure out elevations and lengths of pipe run and where the well should be drilled. And so within an hour or so, I can pretty much design your water system and tell you about how much it's going to cost. So if you need help with a consultation, just let me know. I do phone consultations and also do on-site consultations. All of it depends on how far away you are from South Carolina, and then how much you're willing to pay for travel. So I can pretty much do everything without coming to your site in terms of getting you a quote and a design, and then it might require a trip if you have some special things. So did multiple pumps here with multiple backups. They got plenty of water for years to go. And so anyway, hopefully that makes sense, and we'll talk to you on the next project. This is Engineer 775 signing out. So again, we did run some lines in and put some yard hydrants in, some frost-free hydrants, and they get their gardens, nice little garden spot established here, little working greenhouse and compost bins and little raised beds. So they're happy. They're on well water, no more city water, and some other gardens over there, and orchards are in. This folks are really doing an awesome job. It's looking good. Just glad to I could do my part and get them all the water they need. Ow, I thought it was lunchtime. I didn't know I was the lunch. Ah, you buggers. Oh, here comes somebody else to break it up. Oh my goodness. Hello, Ponder puppy. How are you, Ponder? This is Ponder. This is his domain. Oh, puppy. Jealousy. Oh, yes. Come here, sassy turkeys. Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Take that. And one last thing before I leave, I like to hang out till I see that red light. Usually red light's not good, but on this controller it is, and that is the tank full light. That means everything. The cistern, the cattle waters, all the lines, everything is full, and it is noon, about 12 o'clock here, and we're in full sun, so could be pumping another 1,000 to 1,500 gallons today if need be. So anyway, just a good day. See ya.